Hi, and welcome to an episode of Makeup for Men. Now, hopefully this will be a series of videos on how to best to go about bringing out the features of the male face. There's a lot of products out there I've noticed for women, regardless of your skin colour type, but there's not a great deal out there for men, if any at all. Most men that I know that use makeup tend to use female products first, and then adapt them to bring out their best features. What I would say, to start with, is always use earthy colours for your face, as a man anyway. And there's three base colours that I like to use with. The first is a sort of earthy brown colour. And you really want to apply that with a great deal of care. This is going to be your foundation layer, the layer that you're really going to start putting everything else on top and building up. So my advice to you is apply that first of all. Allow me to show you the best way to do that. You don't need to use a brush. You don't need to use any kind of tools at all. Just use your fingers, because after all, we are men. So with that in mind, first, really get round the face, all of it, all around the eyes. Is the best advice I can give you is always remember to do round the eyes. Most people forget that. And if you put too much on the side of your face, rather than going back to your makeup collection again, just pull it from the existing side of your face instead. So just scratch a little bit off here. I'll put a little bit too much here, for example, and then move around to the other side of your face instead. Make sure you do put the top of your head as well. On a lot of cases, certain exercises, they may tell you not to do the top of your head because you may perhaps want to wear some sort of fashionable boater, a top hat with a bow tie in it, or a little feather. That's fine, but for the example's sake, I am going to do all of my forehead, mainly because you can land a space shuttle on mine and it takes up a great deal of space. Also, you normally do your ears and your neck as well, but for speed purposes, I'm not going to do that. As I said before, remember to do around the eyes, otherwise you end up with a sort of reverse panda look. And to be honest, if you want to look absolutely fabulous, you don't want that. If you're unlucky like me to have a receding hairline, don't forget to put that up there as well. That's what she said. Obviously in my makeup pack, I have a mirror as well, just to help me do little touch-ups when I go out. Just before I go into a club, I don't want to be looking like an absolute mess with my makeup on. So I have a little touch-up whilst I'm waiting for the bouncers to let me in. They typically let me in, of course. So that's your base layer applied. Now you can really start to play with the colours a little bit more. My second colour that I use is a nice green colour. Again, you don't need to put that anywhere in particular, but what I like to do is apply it again to bring out my cheekbones and also the colour of my eyes as well. So we applied our brown foundation colour first of all, and now we're going to stick some nice green on here as well, if I can get it on my fingers. Now remember, kids, don't go overboard with the green. Just apply it sparingly to various parts of your face to break up the colour. Obviously, you can see my cheekbones are looking a lot more exaggerated now, looking a lot more attractive than I did before. Finally, for a more individual look, my last colour, black. This is where you can really go to town and you can jazz things up, give yourself a unique look and define yourself. Personally, I like to go for the diagonal lines, but it's entirely up to you, of course. Now this is all a very light application of makeup. Typically I'd use a lot more, but for example's sake, this is what I have to hand right now. And obviously, don't forget to blend if you want to. Now I've gone a little overboard with the black, but there's a first time for everything. But now, your makeup's on, you're looking fabulous, and you're ready for a good night out in a harbour or a sanger. Or of course, you know, the enemy are going to see you, and they're going to say, my God, he looks absolutely fabulous. I don't want to be taking that down. Thanks for watching, guys.